Passage 1. Mayday by Alexis O'Neill. Paragraph 1. On a sunny summer morning in 2001, my husband David and I set out in a single-engine Cessna 172 airplane from Van Nuys, California, airport, to visit a friend in Mammoth Lakes, California. David had been flying for more than 25 years, so I felt comfortable sitting in the back seat so that I could read and take photographs while he piloted the airplane. Paragraph 2. Around noon, 9 miles from Mammoth, something went terribly wrong. We experienced bone-shaking, stomach-dropping turbulence. Below us was a valley that became a canyon, a blind canyon. We had taken a wrong turn. An 11,000-foot wall rose before us. The plane couldn't fly over it. Paragraph 3. As David attempted to turn, a downdraft pushed our plane like a giant's hand. Our left wing tip clipped the top of a tree on the side of the canyon. We began to go down. Paragraph 4. Please don't let us die. Please, I prayed. Paragraph 5. Within seconds, our plane crashed on a narrow mountain plateau. I heard metal crunching and tree branches splintering. My teeth rattled as the aircraft bumped to a stop, and my body jammed against the pilot's seat. All became eerily still. Paragraph 6. The windshield was gone, and the propeller was buried. Paragraph 7. The doors had fallen off the plane, which was wedged between two rocks. Paragraph 8. Then I heard David's voice. "Are you all right?" he asked. He was alive, and so was I. Paragraph 9. David climbed out of the plane, took a few steps, and fell down. He had a fractured sternum and blood gushing from his face. Paragraph 10. When I saw David fall, a surge of energy hit me. Adrenaline. I'd better take advantage of it before it runs out, I thought. I didn't know I had 8 broken ribs, a punctured lung, facial cuts, and a lacerated spleen. I did know that I needed to get the flight kit to David. The airplane's radio and emergency locator transmitter were destroyed. But David had packed a battery-operated radio, a handheld GPS, and many, many batteries in the flight kit. Our lives depended on it. Paragraph 11. I yanked our bags out and threw them to the ground. With a T-shirt, I staunched the blood flowing from David's head and cleared a space for me beside him. I placed our duffels down as pillows and stretched a 4-foot-long flight map over him as a sunshield. When he asked me to look for his glasses, I saw something sparkling by the rock where the propeller was buried. Not his glasses, but mine, unbroken and neatly folded up. Paragraph 12. I thought about dragging tree branches closer to us for shelter, in case we had to stay the night. But I ran out of steam. My breathing was labored. I was exhausted. I had to lie down. Paragraph 13. We lay head to head on the plateau. Over and over, David called, "Mayday!" into the radio's void. All we heard was fuel dripping from the plane and wind blowing through the pines. Then the radio died. He changed the batteries several times, and then we saw a commercial jet fly above. But no one heard us. I was beginning to despair that we'd never be found, but the sound of David's voice, so cheerful and hopeful in spite of his injuries, kept me optimistic. Paragraph 14. Finally, at 4 p.m., a voice crackled over our radio. The pilot of a small airplane had picked up our call and seen the tip of our wing at the top of a tree. As he called for assistance, he circled the site, acting as a marker for the rescuers. "We've got 5 hours of fuel, and we're not going anywhere but here," he radioed to us. Those were the sweetest words I've ever heard. He continued to talk to David over the radio until help arrived. Paragraph 15. 3 rescue teams working together managed to get us off the mountain. An EMT team from the California Forest Service, which located us. A California Highway Patrol team, which stabilized us and readied us for transport. And a search and rescue team from Lemoore Naval Station, which helicoptered us to Fresno, where we were treated at the trauma unit. David and I knew how lucky we had been when we heard the helicopter pilot say, "We've never taken survivors out of a crash like this before." Paragraph 16. Rescuers called the crash perfect. The doors fell off on impact so we could get out easily. Nothing caught on fire and we had a handheld radio. The timing of the rescue was perfect too. With my injuries, I wouldn't have survived a night on the mountain. The other perfect thing about the crash was that it happened so fast that neither David nor I had even a brief moment of fear. Paragraph 17. Our survival was a miracle. Paragraph 18. I've learned lots of things from the crash. Be prepared for emergencies, even in good weather. Let others know your flight plans. When you hit turbulence, keep focused on the task at hand. Use an adrenaline rush to your advantage. And keep calling. Someone is bound to answer.